AIDS.
Thank you. Welcome to Adaptations. I'm here with Dalyxman,
Your boy Dalyxman.
Addison,
Yo.
and Florence.
How's it going?
And I'm Truffles. And the movie that we are talking about today is Something Borrowed. Originally a debut book by Emily Giffin. So, boys. Okay.
Apparently, Something Borrowed is also borrowing plots. It's great.
Nothing's original.
Nothing is
nowadays.
original and nothing is great.
Nothing is great.
Nothing in this is anywhere good.
At least in this movie.
The only thing that's actually good about it is the guy that played what's his name?
Ethan.
You know, Ethan.
Yeah.
Jim from The Office.
Jim from Office. His
plays
name is
Ethan.
John Kurt.
Correct.
I don't know what that.
Krasinski.
Florence
Krasinski.
Yeah, John Krasinski. He did good, but then something happened where his character made a 180 and it wasn't
And
fun
really,
anymore.
apparently, that wasn't in the book.
That wasn't in the book. It
Really,
wasn't
he
in
just
the
went
book.
full beta, even though he knew he was in the friend zone. There was no reason. It
Didn't
did
go
not
anywhere.
forward the plot at all.
So the overall consensus of this is that it was a tiresome movie.
No, and the sad
Yes.
part about it is it had so much potential to be something good. I mean,
Alright.
you said it was bestsellers, right?
It was a New York Times bestseller.
But that just means it's popular.
It just means
Yeah.
it's popular.
Well,
but
that's the problem I have. See, the thing is it's just the problem in this whole movie is the fact that they keep telling this story, and you don't know what is this about even? Because
Okay.
they summed up exactly what it was from the get-go in the trailers and from the movie. The first 10 minutes, pretty much, it's about a girl that lost out on getting some guy and then spent the last 6 years wanting him until finding out days or months before a wedding that, oh, he might feel the same way. You're telling me there was no hints beforehand?
Nope.
No, is it
No, the hints were all in flashbacks, and flashbacks are suppressed by the character.
Yeah.
That's
very
right.
suppressed, apparently. All right, so let's talk first about. Let's talk first, then I guess about characters. We have our main character, which is Rachel, who happens to be the one that's in love with her best friend Darcy's fiance, and his name is Dex. And apparently, Rachel and Dex went to the same law school and were friends before they met Darcy. Now, what do you think about Rachel and her crush on him, and is it justified, and do you think that that's
Well, the thing about this
okay
is
for anything that she did so far?
right. The thing about this is the movie wants us to feel sympathetic for her, and want her to get with the other guy. Who was the other guy's name again? Dex. The problem is
Short for Dexter.
when you look at the flashbacks, and the flashbacks pretty much tell us that
He had a bunch of chances.
many opportunities that he actually came to her and she could have accepted and been done with it, but no, she rejected him. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4.
That was on one night.
Times.
There were
All in one night.
as well.
All in one.
Other occasions.
But also, it's also her struggle to be out of the limelight of her friend Darcy, who happens to be the party girl.
No, but see, that's my problem. This is a almost 2-hour-long movie, and the entire message apparently is don't get pushed around, even if it's your best friend. But then, is that your
wasn't
best friend?
conveyed. First off,
I mean,
yeah.
is
It wasn't.
that-
We were focusing more about having sex with your best friend's boyfriend.
Pretty much. That was the main conflict.
Okay.
You fucked your best friend's fiance.
yeah.
And what
Now
do you
what?
do? Yeah, now what? And that's the whole movie. Because they
Right.
spent a whole summer having sex with each other,
Yep.
not telling anyone except for her best friend. And
The guy best friend Ethan.
yeah. And then in the end, it's like, okay, this could have been wrapped up in like a 30-minute episode.
Seriously, this could have been Sex in the City episode.
Yeah, and be done.
Really easily.
Really
It was
easily.
Actually, it is a Sex and the City episode.
It's a 3-parter Sex and the City episode.
Well, I think even that's dragging it out. So really, if it's the same.
But
thing.
essentially, she's a doormat. She's letting her friend Darcy just take what she obviously wants, and being her friend is all like, nah, it's
Yeah,
okay.
but see, that's
It's
my
all right.
no, okay. See, that's my problem, and I know I'm going off tangent.
Go for it.
But there's that whole thing where it's like, remember when we were talking about the whole thing about being bullied
Yeah.
And how it's like, I'm not saying I'm okay with bullying, and I'm not saying it's okay for being bullied, but I will say that's like, well, if you don't do something about it, then there's a problem.
It's not going to magically go away.
No, I mean, I'm not saying it should, but it's like, look, I hate bullies. I've been bullied when I was a kid too, but at some point you got to do something.
Even if the bully is your best friend.
Yeah.
Even then. If you just sit back and let it happen and wish for God to do something about it, you can't get mad when nothing happens.
And then that's the problem in here.
Yeah.
It's constantly, if it didn't happen, well, it's because it wasn't supposed to. It's like, no, it's because you thought, oh, well, I guess I can't compete with her. And maybe it's because I'm a guy or something. Because I'm not saying I haven't had those moments where it's like, oh, maybe this girl's out of my league. But seeing this chick and how she spent 9 months getting to know this guy, working on a project in law school, then her friend who just heard about him shows up.
Well, the thing about it is it's very important in female society, or as females, or just in general, that for us to have groundbreaking core is a relationship with other women. It also shows if we don't work well or don't have any, that we're not good with other women and possibly not.
Okay,
but I'm just saying. But it is like, so that's why I can see why she would not want to rock the boat with anything.
Right, because like we can see that really of all of her friends, this is like her one friend because she doesn't have any friends.
We don't see her with anybody else. Yeah,
but still, the fact that she would just really the biggest problem I have was that she also expected Dex to read between all the lines and see that she's giving up everything for Darcy and not for herself. Wait, who is Darcy? Shit if I know.
Kate Hudson, I believe.
Kate Hudson. There we go. Yeah, she's giving up everything for Darcy, and then it's like, but how are we supposed to see that you want this person that you've liked for a while to give up everything to get here? How are you supposed to say that without saying that?
I don't know.
No, what I just love is the whole idea that, oh, let me see, apparently since you hadn't seen him for the last 6 years, and then you start to see him at your birthday party, and because your best friend, who like Dex and her are about to get married, she's drunk, so you give her a taxi, and then him and you take a taxi, that automatically means, yep, the fires of love are been rekindled again.
Passion or light.
So let's go on let's go on the opposite and talk about Darcy, who is
what a fucking bitch.
And Darcy is the quintessential alpha female.
Pretty much.
Yeah, no, absolutely. She sees her prey and she wants it in her cooch.
And she's an attention whore.
Yeah. Oh,
and she doesn't feel sorry about it
she
whatsoever.
Feels no remorse, and then she'll make up shit just to get more attention.
Well, because that's the problem I have with the film, because there's the whole thing was like this whole film is dedicated on like the emotions of, oh no, what would if this happened, what would you do, and this happened, what would you do, and oh, the emotions of, oh, I can't believe he's doing this when someone else likes him. I don't mind that, but there's that moment where it's like, I want to criticize it, but if that's the point of the film, it did its job. The whole thing where it's like, maybe she's supposed to be a bitch.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
She was supposed to come off as a bitch, and they did that.
No, but what I mean is, like, it doesn't make sense, this whole idea where it's like, okay, so she's that much of a bitch, but they showed nothing on why they're best friends besides the latter half of the film.
Childhood friendship.
Yeah. They didn't do a good job on that, and even again in the book, if you do read the book, it gives detail. It gives details of like how they met, why are they friends, and also show that Darcy has basically been controlling Rachel for like all of their lives and all throughout their friendship. But in the movie, it's really they're only trying to
vague.
They're only trying to show as much as they can about the most.
No, they wanted to
thing.
Get to the whole her cheating.
Yeah,
thing.
Really, they could have spent some time on that. Things that have done really well.
Yeah.
To come outside of books for just a second, I'll come right back. Persona 4, Chie Satonaka. Sort of a bitch because she's preying on Yukiko.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I want to be like that, so I'm going to manipulate Yukiko. So yeah, fandom over, whatever. Didn't good, but whatever.
Come back to the point. Yeah.
Coming back to the point. Could have spent some time developing that. Otherwise, it's just this base. This is my friend. from friendship long time.
Right.
So you weren't
Friendship
so
long
you
time.
weren't even
Yes.
invested in the friendship of Darcy and
No,
Rachel.
I didn't buy
believe it for a
it.
second.
You know what? The movie actually told us that because the very first scene during the party, what was she doing? She was talking about how, I got to know what you did. You didn't. Sorry, but happy birthday anyways.
Well, actually, no. The whole thing in the
Yes.
beginning is like, "Hey, happy birthday! You're 30, and guess what? I made this party for you, and I did this for you,
And guess what? I'm getting married.
And guess what? We're friends, and we've been friends for this long time. And aren't you lucky to have a friend like me?"
So she's obviously
then
not the best friend to have.
upon which she gets plastered, shit-faced, criticizes her best friend's shoes, and
Well, that's
Proceeds
supposed to.
to-
It's like you're supposed to see within that.
No, it just scared the hell out of me because I was like, "What's going on in the neighborhood?"
I will be sure to cut that.
No, I want to keep it in.
Yeah.
But no, but it's you're supposed to see like in her talking about her shoes is like there's she's a little bit of a bitch, and then that's
Little.
no, that's the beginning of seeing it as like and so forth to unravel and show her true colors.
Yeah.
But I guess alright, so our next character we're gonna talk about what
Before we go on, though,
Okay.
the movie does try to make it feel like because she is a bitch, her being cheated on is okay.
yeah
Which
that is
still-
There we go.
there we go that
Yeah. Which
and
is
I
not
still
good.
think it wasn't okay and
It's not okay that she was cheated on, but it doesn't justify her cheating
Oh, no,
as
it
well.
sure doesn't.
Because
No.
the second that she wasn't getting the D,
Yeah.
she went and got it.
Yes.
yeah
from
from somebody
someone
else.
Yeah, but see, that's the part. That's
And
the
from
part.
someone else we all hated.
Yeah.
Never liked that guy. Never understood him.
Can we go to that dude for a second?
Really quick.
No, we're
Dex's
gonna-
friend. I
Dex's-
forgot his name.
Marcus.
Marcus.
Yes.
What a freaking tool.
Idiot.
Okay,
Really.
if it wasn't just the fedora.
And his sob story about the chipmunk
it's
that broke his
chipmunk
leg.
story.
And which is bullshit because we all know he made that shit up.
Yeah.
He's just generally unlikable, and really, if they wanted an antagonist that badly,
He would be it or kind of.
they didn't have to.
I mean, there was no need for an antagonist.
Well,
No,
he's in the
there
book, so
is.
basically.
Well, no, because I don't think that there needs to be. The whole focus is about that she is sleeping with her best friend's fiance. So adding this other guy, like, yeah, you should totally go out with him when she already has
But
some.
really, what it does, it creates the moral conundrum between, okay, should I feel bad that she was cheated on even though she
Yeah.
cheated?
So he served a purpose regardless.
Depending on what depending on what order it
Yeah.
came about in.
Yeah.
Even her personality and then was fickle anyway. So
Yeah.
I don't find it.
So, but it's like, so none of you guys like Marcus the douche.
no.
I don't think we were supposed to like Marcus.
No.
I don't think they are, but I mean, if someone can find some likable qualities, I would like to hear about it.
Yes.
Like, no, I honestly would like to hear about it. Like, if you have any comments on why Marcus is a good person, please let us know.
Okay. All right. So then let's go on to Dexter or Dex.
This
the
guy.
fiance.
No, this guy. This guy. Fuck him.
First thing we say, yes, let's get that out of the way right now.
In some levels, I can absolutely agree. This guy is wishy-washy. He wants to make his parents proud and doesn't want to ruin any sound investments that his father has made. But seriously, he can somewhat be sympathetic because you can feel that pull. You can feel that obligation to the family. But still,
It's kind of my niece.
decide.
Make up your mind.
Well, no,
decide.
because me, I just didn't like him because a bit of me was like, okay, I get it. But then it didn't make any sense. It's like, wait, so what I'm hearing is, I get it. You tried 4 times.
Yes.
And I get it. You tried all 4
It was
times.
actually
The
more
one,
than 4.
huh?
More than 4, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I know you tried more than, but I just count the before getting engaged
Yeah,
and getting
yeah.
with another relationship. You tried 4 times in one night. You know what? I get it. Whatever. But me, I don't know.
His decision making throughout the entire movie just didn't add up.
Well, because there's
It
that.
really didn't.
There's that part.
Yeah.
Where he sleeps with her twice. They go out on a date. They talk about how much they love each other. They actually use the L word.
It's so soon. I mean, even if they've known each other for like, okay, let's assume the 9 months, starting from then, and then adding on to
The
this
6
engagement.
years.
Even then, saying love after a couple of dates, it just doesn't sit well with me. It doesn't.
Well, because then there's
Well,
that.
I mean, especially since he's like already promised to marry somebody else.
Right.
That's the more. It's like I don't mind
but
saying
see-
like the L word beginning if there wasn't another person involved.
Yeah, but see, that's my point, though. There's that whole thing where all that happens. Then he actually has the nerve to be like, well, no, but see, why,
But
then-
I can't. Why? Because I can't.
and
when
then
she,
it's like,
when she finally asks,
when she finally just says, hey,
When she has had enough and she finally gets the self-actualization to have a backbone,
Yes.
he says like, cock
No.
block.
Nope,
Yeah.
sorry, I can't do it.
Can't. Why? No reason.
even though he's been
Because-
kind of asking her if she wanted, if that's
yeah, he's the one that keeps
He's asking
saying, why don't we do
please
something?
to me.
Why aren't we going to go out? Why don't
Why-
we do this? If you wanted me to do something, I'll totally do it. But then when she said, hey, I love you, and I just want to spend the rest of my life with you, he's like, but I can't do
I
that.
can't
It's
do
just
that."
wrong of me to leave the woman I promised to love.
And then she goes away, and then he follows her, meets her where she needs to be, and then decides, okay, I want to be with you then. But then it's just like, okay, it's a little
And that's
late.
an hour and 30 minutes in.
Yeah. And I don't know if that's the fault of the screen adaptation or if it's actually the fault of Miss Giffin over here.
Well, it's like let's see. The part is like by the time that she is like that all this happened, we have this much left of the book,
Right.
and so it's about like
where
100.
where he says,
It's like where he says, you know,
I called off the wedding.
I called off the wedding, but even
Where's the part where he says, I can't?
I can't. Do.
Actually, pass it.
I didn't pass it. Postpone the wedding.
Yeah.
Uh,
Where he says, where he's
Oh, so
like,
you didn't pass it.
no, I didn't pass it. I didn't pass it.
Right there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Can I once?
No,
Wow.
that's it. So yeah. So yeah, it's actually
So-
the book's fault.
So Giffin, fuck you.
terrible writing on her part.
Like
yeah.
seriously, I mean, I know you went to law school and you've got a prestigious life of writing now, but God, that was awful.
That was terrible.
But it was her first book, guys.
I don't give a shit.
give a crap.
If you want something good, you gotta polish it before you shove it out in the public.
Okay, we'll say this. Hope you don't make that mistake again. How about
Seriously,
that?
I mean, congrats on being a New York Times bestseller. You're among the tens of thousands. You're not special.
Well,
Not special.
Well, thank you for killing that for her.
I don't give a shit.
But no, he's right though. I mean,
Seriously.
that's terrible. I'm
actually,
sorry.
no, wait. Actually, I got a question.
Yeah.
How many people actually get the New York Times, hit the New York Times best-selling in a year?
In a year,
Yeah, seriously.
about like it's like every month that they redo it.
So once a
and
month.
you can
but-
stay on it if people are still buying it.
So what? Like once a month, the top 10 books of.
How many is it?
It's top 20.
So it's top 20 books of the same genre, or just period, or different genres.
There's
or-
there's different.
There
There's
are
the top 10 of all books. Then there's the top 10s of a specific genres.
Right, but
Now,
I mean,
this says
if we want to consider this, let's assume that it's top 10 of all genres.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because again, rest,
Even then, you're not a special stuff.
I mean, let me just tell you guys something. There was a wrestler who wrote a book named McFoley. He was top 10 bestsellers. So it was just about pretty much his wrestling.
You don't know. McFoley could be a literary genius.
Yeah. Okay.
Could be.
Okay, thanks, bye.
All right.
All right. So
Seriously,
Dexter was a wishy-washy. Okay, now we're gonna go to Ethan.
Who's the best character of the entire thing?
Until.
Until.
Okay, wait.
okay.
Let's talk first about Ethan, and then and then you'll tell me
Okay.
about the until.
Okay, we're gonna talk about Ethan. I loved Ethan. I thought he was
had
great.
so many good insights. It was like really, I think the writer sat down with someone who was critiquing this and put them as
In
Ethan's
the,
lines.
well, no, because
love
honestly, he was the best friend of
Rachel.
Rachel, and through the whole time, every time something went wrong or didn't make sense or was it morally, backwards, he was the one that's like, "Why are you doing this? Why is this okay? Why are you bitching? Why are you doing this?
Go do something. Get off your ass.
Go do something. Get off your ass. Why are you letting her do this to you?
Yeah.
Why don't you get a backbone? I can't believe this." And honestly, I loved him simply because I was saying the same
We
thing.
all was thinking the exact same thing that he was saying.
That's great.
Even to the point where, when, what's his name, couldn't make up his mind, Dexter, he was like, well, he's being a douchebag. You should say screw him and go about your own merry
He's
way.
stringing you along.
Yeah.
At
Yes.
some points, when we would shout out to the TV, that is exactly word for word what he said. it freaked me out a little bit.
All right, and so let's go to the big. He's like, we liked Ethan until.
Okay, the difference in the book and the movie is that in the book he is just her heterosexual male friend. But in the movie, no. The reason that he gives her all this advice is because he secretly has been in love with her since they were toddlers.
Kills it. That just kills it for me.
It
shoots everything down that he did.
Yeah, it does, and that really it kind of.
It just goes about. Well, it plays on the whole idea. Well, he has to be in love with her because
no guy. It's like no guy would
male
give you
and her friend,
yeah.
so they have to be,
And
courting.
a guy wouldn't care that much about a girl unless he wants to fuck her.
Exactly.
Such a BS thing to say. I just hate that.
That is terribly,
terribly.
I guess the word is sexist.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
And
sexist.
it's not Giffin's fault. That's actually just
the movie's fault.
It's
I mean,
the
that is the adaptation fault, and shame on you. Shame on you for not allowing two people of different genders to just be friends. That is disgusting.
Well, no, seriously, it's like every single guy in this thing is trying to get
with somebody.
With someone.
With someone.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. I'm not going to lie and say that the whole thing about like, okay, I'm a guy and I have girls that are my friends. And I cannot say that all the girls that are my friends, I can't say that I haven't thought, maybe. I can't say that I wasn't infatuated with them once, found them attractive, or whatever.
That thing's not realistic at all.
Right. That's not an unrealistic thing.
But, I'm not going to lie about that, but then I'm not going to stand here and say, it's like, really? Are you kidding me that he couldn't just be her friend? Hell, I would even accept, well, I did have a crush on you back then, but,
Yeah.
That would have been fine.
That would have been fine. But instead, it's no, he's been in love with you this whole time, and he's just been heartbroken every time you talk about some other dude.
I don't care about you because I actually care about you.
You?
No, there's a part of me that wishes, you know what, I wish you would date me one day, so I'm going to be your best friend, hoping that one day would come. And that just, well, you're no different than anybody else.
So Hollywood did that, not...
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, not like we didn't have enough drama in this fucking film, but we needed to add the best friend like in him too.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the other thing that one of my gripes is I didn't know what anybody did in this movie. The only two people that I know did something is Rachel's a lawyer.
Rachel and Dexter
are lawyers, but
yeah.
we don't. It's like we don't know what Darcy does.
Right.
Apparently, she just looks fabulous and bitches a lot.
Yeah.
No, she went to that one institute. Remember what it's called?
Yeah.
What institute?
Notre Dame.
No, she didn't go there. She didn't go because
she lied. First
she lied about
no,
that.
No, she totally
and so
did.
Ethan was like a writer.
He was
didn't
a novelist.
really add in anything.
Yeah, no one told me that.
It wasn't important.
It wasn't
the whole
important.
point is
It's
that
not, certainly it's not important because no one worked a damn minute in this.
Okay. So when you just come to the ending and everything, you just sit back and go, "What was the point?"
So do we? Okay, so I'm gonna put up a spoiler section.
Go right ahead.
So is a spoiler section.
Spoiling the movie.
So the very end of the is like. So let's talk about the overall story. We all know that is like since we talked about each character.
Okay, I got a question though.
Yeah. What?
Should we rate it and then go to spoiler territory?
No,
No. Let's spoil it.
Well, no, I'm just wondering because if we rate it now and then they'd be like, okay, I'm done, and then the spoiler part they could just skip.
No.
Nah.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
So back to
When?
what you were
Okay,
saying.
so as is like
Spoiler warning.
Is like so we know that
Spoiler warning.
at the very end of the whole entire thing, Dex finally calls off the wedding days before that it's going to happen. He goes over to to Rachel's apartment to talk to her about it. Darcy, of course, comes over because Rachel's her best friend, so why wouldn't you want to talk to her? And she reveals that
she's pregnant.
That she's pregnant with Marcus, who is with Marcus's baby, who is Dexter's best friend. And it's so much drama in that one tiny moment.
I don't mind that, except I just hated the fact that it's like it's bad enough that Rachel's cheating
and didn't tell her best friend about it.
And didn't tell her best friend about it. But just so that we, the audience, can feel that it's okay that she did it, we have it that Darcy cheated on him,
and then she was happy.
Mm-hmm.
And that she was okay with it.
And that she was happy with the marriage being over.
And
she had a smile on her face, and she sauntered out of the room.
And the funny thing is, I wouldn't have even mind that if she wasn't being so hypocritical, which come back found out, oh wait, why is his jacket here?
His jacket there?
And then Dex actually comes out and says, "Are you kidding me right now? You're pregnant, and you're mad at me for what I did."
Even
But
though
I
he did it
mean,
before
unless
she
that was
got
supposed to
pregnant.
be the whole
That's
point
the
of her
whole
being
point. She didn't.
self-centered.
Darcy never learns from her lesson. That's the entire point.
But Truffles does make a very, very valid point.
Yeah.
He cheated first.
He did cheat.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But she stole first.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
Still.
does that count?
Unnecessarily.
No, does that
when
count?
she saw that her
No.
friend was courting this dude and that she
Well,
knew
actually-
her best friend in and out, that
Yeah,
she
she
would
was-
be so introverted and wouldn't say things that, like, yes, I'd
Actually-
like to date this person.
Yeah.
You know what? I agree with you, but devil's advocate.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Please.
But the problem I have is this goes back with the bullying thing again. Because I totally get what you're saying, and that was unfair and that was wrong.
However-
However, if she really liked this guy
She
and
would've
really
told
wanted this guy, then she should have done something about it.
No, wait,
There we go.
Wait,
Go ahead.
wait.
Go ahead.
Absolutely, she should have. But when you are, I guess, it's not sheltered. It's just so introverted and dependent on that other person that if you think that if they don't get what they want, that they will leave you, and then you'll be left with nothing, then you sort of get into a weird territory.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
We understand that.
Because it's trying to
No,
it's choosing the girlfriend over the
Over the
right,
bitch.
over the
Yeah.
guy because she could even justify it herself. I'll find somebody else.
Yeah,
I'll
sure,
find.
you
I'll
also-
Okay.
absolutely just-
I
oh,
get
yeah.
all that.
No,
Yeah.
but that's fine. And you know what? I accept that. It's just, if that's the case, that's fine. But then all the stuff that happens after makes no sense. Now.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely right. There's
Totally-
no question there.
It doesn't make any sense.
Well, because it's like, unless that's that's realistically what happens. Because 6 years later, you know what? I finally got fed up. I'm 30, and the guy I really liked is dating or about to get married. My best friend.
a
and now-
lot of her decisions was because she hit
Turned
30.
Which is a milestone
Oh,
for
travesty.
women. Well, it's a milestone for women because 30 is like about the time that we have to rush and start having the babies if we want babies in life and having the family.
And
Because
is that-
as soon as 35 hits, it's going to get harder for us to...
But we never find out why having babies is important to her. 'Cause
No, we don't.
Really, it's
No, I'm just saying, but that's so...
She never even said she wanted
Wanted
it.
it. Yeah.
So what does it matter? What really matters is she wants the D and she wants it now. She wants it now.
Because that's why I'm sorry. That's why I don't feel sorry for her. Because there's so many moments where she
No.
could have
So
done
you don't feel
something.
sorry. You don't feel sorry for anybody in this.
I don't.
The only
really
person I sort of feel sorry for is
Ethan.
Ethan.
Sort of.
And technically, I would feel sorry for him, except for the fact that one, that's not his purpose. His purpose is to be the shoulder to cry on and to give her advice, but then that's pissed away with the spoiler we gave out earlier, so it doesn't really matter. And then everybody here, and I'm not trying to be mean, but the only person I can even think of that I like is Dex's dad, who actually just went up to his fucking face and said, "Whatever's going on between you and this girl needs to stop.
Stop it right
You don't
now.
do that.
You don't do
in
that
this
in this
family."
family.
Right.
And you know what? I mean, don't get me wrong. Was that stern? Was that strict? But he's not wrong.
Right. I mean,
What are you doing?
Talking about an antagonist, he technically was the antagonist.
No,
So, well,
no, he wasn't.
technically-
The idea, he just pushed him to to be more wishy-washy.
Right.
Yes.
Because I feel like
He was an
before
obstacle.
Yeah, he was
The
an obstacle.
antagonist, without any question, is Darcy.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
Yeah.
no question.
Okay.
Even though she's
But
the one
really,
being wrong.
everyone is fucking everyone.
Yeah.
Well, because that's why I'm
One way or
saying, is
another.
there even really an antagonist? It's just
I
this
don't
is
know. By like a classical definition
not
of
saying.
antagonist, no.
Okay.
But like,
Okay.
if
All
you
right.
want a conflict, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. He's a conflict. He's an obstacle.
No,
She-
she's
Well, no.
Darcy.
Yeah.
I'm talking
But
about
also,
Dex's dad.
he's a conflict, and
Yeah.
his dad's a conflict, and
Yeah.
herself is a conflict, Ethan's a conflict.
But isn't
Margaret-
Douche is a conflict, Claire is a conflict.
Well,
Claire! Oh, Claire!
Claire!
We didn't get to talk about Claire. Claire's
But you know
wonderful.
what? It's okay, because she doesn't matter.
She really doesn't
Really
matter.
doesn't
But
matter
she was
throughout.
kind of funny, cute for
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
moment that
For
she
like
was there.
for being a creepy person that is like stalking and
Well, actually, I got a
obsessive.
question. I got a question about that because we were talking about this earlier about the whole idea of a definition of what we
Yeah.
considered a crazy bitch. But the thing I don't understand is this whole thing where it's like, and again, I know this sounds sexist, but how come when it's a girl that can't take no for an answer, it's cute and quirky, but then when there's a guy that can't take no for an answer,
It's
he's an
rapey.
asshole,
Rapist,
and there's
rapist,
a
Yeah.
Rapey.
stalker, rapist,
So
something.
welcome to society.
I think that's,
I mean, if that's a double standard, fine.
It's absolutely a double
It's
standard.
a double
But, you
and
know.
it's not fair.
it's not fair
Totally
because
not fair.
we've learned over the time that we can just fucking kill you just like a man can fucking
Yes.
kill us.
So really,
So-
both of those, whatever gender it is, creepy is not cool.
Creepy is
Never.
cool.
It doesn't matter who you
If
are.
the guy doesn't want to be with you, accept it.
no means no.
If the girl
means
doesn't,
no means no.
If the girl doesn't
Means
want to
no.
be with you,
means no.
it means no. So just accept it.
Means no.
All right, so
Seriously.
let's get to a rating of this. All right, out of 5 stars for right now, since this is our
Out of
first
5
episode.
stars.
Yeah, 5 stars, and yeah,
I give it a 2.
Yes, for potential alone, I'll be generous and give it 2 because
2.
it could have been a good movie.
The part that was good.
All right,
and
I'll
that
go.
Yeah, okay.
I'll go in
go with
first.
it.
Okay,
Right,
I mean, Dalyxman.
Right, I'm pretty much probably gonna say what you was gonna say. I just feel like just our conversations alone about what we did talk about
Yeah.
adultery, about affairs, about everything. Everything could have really been fleshed out for these characters and create some good moments, but they didn't do it. It was about sex and
That's it.
cute girls, and it's okay to cheat on someone.
As long as you're in love.
Yeah, no, and
And if they're going to be fickle enough and cheat on you anyway.
yeah, pretty much.
Really, also, big problem. All of the good discussions we had about how to make this movie better, do we remember it?
No.
Exactly. Gone. The movie could have been good, and if it was worthwhile, we would have remembered why and what it could have done to be better. 1.5 stars.
From Florence.
From Florence.
Okay, how many stars, Dalyxman?
gave it a 2.
2. Addison.
I just give it a 2 simply because 1, it could have been better, and 2, the cinematography was okay. It wasn't terrible. There's
yeah.
only one scene that didn't make any sense on the context of the events that are happening that we pointed out. And then it's not a 1 because it wasn't like the worst movie I ever saw.
yeah. Oh.
But am I gonna remember it? No.
No.
Would I recommend it? No.
Are you gonna
Don't
keep
wanna- I wouldn't. No. I don't even like the fact that we have this damn thing. But you know what? Hey.
No, don't burn it.
Anyway.
Florence has a lighter. I'm gonna burn the DVD.
But no, it's just there's just a lot of times when it's like it goes like this. The movie could have been better, and for what it was worth, from what was good. The good parts in it were good, but the problem is all the good parts were taken from much better films
And much better literature.
and much better literature. So it just makes me feel that's why I give it a 2 because it's like everything good about it is pieced together from other stuff that were better and pieced together wrong.
I have to give it like a 1.5. The most important thing that I think they should have focused on was the relationship between Rachel and Darcy. I think if we saw more of the inside of what's going on, the complications of like loving her and hating her at the same time, like how most girls or most females generally interact in social groups together, it would have been a better movie in somewhat. But that's about it.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to inner monologues or the character narrating the film?
They
I
got-
mean, was it so terrible that we couldn't have
Oh
her
yeah,
say
we're
it's
trying
like,
to put so much in one look.
Yeah,
just looking at him.
Because, like, coming from an acting perspective, to put all of that into a couple of seconds is more real.
okay.
Because, like, sure, you have inner monologues with yourself, like when you're outside. I'm sure because we all talk to ourselves every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, that's not
That's not-
unnatural.
yeah.
It's okay because it's how we process things.
it's okay.
But in acting, when you have it as like all in the face, because you can't be in here to hear that.
Yeah.
Sure, absolutely, you can do it effectively and have a good monologue and then express along with it. But when you can just show it in the face, damn, that's powerful.
Yeah.
But in a sense, certainly they did that. But this movie sucks.
Well, no, it's just, but that's the problem I had because there were the moments where like, oh, I can tell she's hurt by this, but
Right.
then the next scene later, oh, we're seeing her acting like a baby or a brat about the
Okay.
situation.
There were let me find a good defense. Let me just find a good defense.
Okay.
There was. I mean, there's 2 that I can think of. It was mostly when someone would make an offhanded comment and then the two people that it involved had a little quirk, a little twitch. One was when Darcy came in and swooped in on Dex when he was out with Rachel. They had a really good look, each of them, and quite effective without saying much. And there are multiple instances, but I can't fly them off the top of my head because fuck this movie.
Yeah, and the plot really ruins everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so finally, Dalyxman, say
2.5.
Addison,
2.
Truffles, 1.5.
1.5
from Florence. Okay. All right, so thanks.
Out of 5.
Out of 5.
Yeah.
Out of 5. So thanks. Thank you guys for joining me again for another movie night, and I'll see everybody and you later.
Deuces.